Hello friends, it's Miss Dom, and today we're going to continue working on our self-portrait. Last week I had some artwork featuring Shergill, and this week we have Beverly McIver. So another artist who did a self-portrait. Beverly McIver is a contemporary artist, and Amrit Shergill was a 20th century artist. So Beverly McIver actually lives in Durham, and she is still living and working and creating art today. So you can learn a little bit about her. But on to our self-portrait. So last time when I saw you, we talked just about the face and the basic proportions. We finished up with trying to get the shape of the head to look like our cheeks and chin, and again, touching it up as much as possible. And I talked about the hairline, this space right here. So I touched mine up a little bit. I noticed that mine dips down a little bit. A lot of people have that where it kind of goes down lower here and then comes up. But some people have it's more square looking or more oval looking. So that's that little bit of hair that's up here, okay, that creates your hairline. Now today I'm wearing my hair pulled back. So doing my hair is going to be pretty easy, but I'll talk about hairstyles and things like that as we work on this. So for me, because my hair is pulled back, to draw my hair, oops, my tool, I would just add a few lines to indicate the hair is going back. And then I have a few, as you can see, stray hairs coming down here and there. I might show a few of those stray locks of hair that are coming down in a few different places. Okay, and that's about it. My hair's pretty easy to draw today. And so I'll talk more about other hairstyles in a few minutes, but I do want you to notice that I'm wearing glasses today. Now, I don't always wear glasses, but if you do, you probably want to include them in order to make the portrait look more like you. So I am actually just looking at my recording that I have here, and I'm trying to draw. Let's see, my glasses come across like this, and then they go up, and they kind of go along where my eyebrows are. And they come out. So I'm just drawing the frame of the glasses, and they come out sort of like that. All right, so if you wear glasses, you want to think about including them in order to make that portrait look a little more like you. Okay. Now, aside from the frames, the glasses are clear. So if you're going to add any color, and I'll talk about color in a few minutes. It's a little hard to do the color on here, but I'll do what I can. Your face is still going to have the same colors. Oops. I just erased my eye. As the rest of your face, okay, except for where the frame is. So you're going to draw in that frame. And then, color in the rest as you normally would. Okay, so back to the hair. What if your hair is not pulled back? All right, another fairly easy style, and again, it's not gonna look like me, but is if your hair is really short. So your hair, if it's short, everybody has hair, a little bit of hair here. A lot of boys have a little extra hair that comes down here, so you can include that. And then you may have a little bit of a bang that comes down, kind of like that. And let me erase this little lock of hair that I had coming down. Okay, so then you have hair, and you can sort of indicate if your hair is wavy or straight, just in a few little strokes. And you don't have to draw every strand of hair. That's another mistake people tend to make. And if the hair puffs out at all, it might go a little bit above, and so on. Okay, so you just want to indicate the shape of the hair on your head. You don't have to draw every little strand, okay? So I'm going to erase that now and talk about some other hairstyles. So if your hair, let's say your hair is longer, you need to see how it falls. Does it go to the side? Does it start from the middle? And do you have bangs? So if you have hair that's coming down, you may have bangs that frame your face. So girls with shorter hair or boys with hair that's a little bit longer than like a really short cut will generally have bangs. So you would not stop at the hairline. You're going to bring the hair down and again make the shape of the hair as it is on your head. And again, if it's wavy, add a few wavy lines. If it's straight, add some straight lines. And then you might have, if your hair is shorter, you might see a little bit of it behind your ear or over your ear. And if your hair is longer, you may not see your ears at all. So there's a kind of a little bit longer hairstyle. And then some people have hair that's really long. So let me redraw that hairline. Okay, so if your hair, let's say it falls from over here, it might come down like this, and it might be covering up your ear and even some of your face as your hair comes down. And you're going to have hair back here. It's going to touch your neck. It might go even over your shoulder, so it might cover up your shoulder. Let me go back over here and oops. Okay, it might come down, go behind your neck, and then also over your shoulder. If it's really long. Okay, and again, you don't need to draw every strand of hair, just the shape that the hair makes. Some of it might be falling behind your shoulder, and so on. A lot of people have hair that's pulled back like mine, but you have really long hair. My hair is not real long. You can always show, the hair coming down over your shoulder from behind if you want, or, like I said, you just show it pulled back with just a few strands. So again, you really need to look in the mirror and look at the shape that your hair makes on your head. Now, if you're going to color yours in, if you have really light colored hair, you probably want to erase a lot of these lines before you start coloring. When we do this in class, I usually have, let me fix this a little bit. When we do this in class, I usually have students outline with a Sharpie and then color, but you don't have to do that. You can if you want. And you don't even have to color at all if you don't have something to color it in. But again, if you have light colored hair, you don't want to have a lot of pencil or a lot of Sharpie lines in here, making the hair darker than it actually is. If you have darker colored hair, that's a little bit less of a concern, but you still want to look at the color of your hair and try and get that color in there, not a lot of gray pencil unless it's just a pencil drawing. Okay, so something to think about as you start adding color. Now, again, I am not going to be able to get a whole lot of color in here because I'm doing this on the computer, but if I were coloring this in, I would shade this area here and some of this area around my eyes, this area under my nose, under my lips, under my chin area here. Any part of your face that's sort of going back into space is going to have some shadow on it. Okay, and that helps create a three-dimensional look. And then, of course, your hair is going to have some shadow as well. Now, my hair does have a lot of gray in it, so that works for this, but you get the idea. Okay, so already it's starting to have some three-dimensionality here. Okay. And then I'm just going to see if I can get a skin tone in here. You're going to have to take a look at your skin tone. Obviously, I don't have yellow skin, but I'm limited in my color choices here, so I'm going to try blending colors and see what happens. Okay, and then of course you would add just a little bit of yellow to that too. And then of course you would hopefully have more color choices than what I'm using here. So I'm just blending some of that red and yellow to try and get something close to a skin tone in here. Okay, so you can see how that's starting to get three-dimensional. And get a little color. That little blue Alright, so you can sort of get the idea there, that hair. It's a lot fuller than mine, so it's demonstrating hair, so it doesn't exactly look like me. My hair's not have quite that much hair. Usually your hair's a little darker over in this area because of shadow, where it touches your chin. Also think about the color of your eyebrows, and what sort of colors you might have in there. And I usually recommend for people with darker colored hair, if you have it available, to use marker for the hair and then maybe crayon for the skin tone. This crayon you can blend, where I showed you where the shadows are, and marker just gives you a deeper, richer color. But again, you use what you have available, and if you want to leave it as a pencil drawing, that's absolutely fine. So continue with your portrait. Start thinking about what you want to do for your background, how your background might tell something about you. So I don't have a whole lot of room back here, but I might want to include like some trees. I like to go to the park and, you know, see, let me get a pen here or a marker. I like to go to the park, and so I might include some birds and some trees and so forth back there. Think about if you have more of the clothing showing what you're wearing, that might tell something about you as well. Okay, so think about getting started with your background. If you don't get all this done today, I'm gonna give you one more day. We'll look at one more artist. The next time, the recording is actually going to be a story rather than me giving you a bunch of details. So I'm going to let you figure out what you want to do for your background, how you want to touch it up, add whatever little extra details you want to add. If you want to include your pet in there or other family members, or, you know, like I said, mine, I don't have any room for that, but you might in yours. So get as far as you can and then get to a stopping point. And then know that you have one more day to work on it. And then we're also going to do next time an artist statement, where I want you to just say a little something about your portrait and why you chose to make it the way you did. So continue working on the self-portrait, and you've got one more class to finish. See you then. Bye.